Allie, we just started and you already want me to hydrate? My goodness. Gotta get prepped for all the talking, that's valid. Well, you can't see me right now, but I am taking a big drink of water. Probably get started here in just a minute. I've like moved everything around to my desktop for my streaming setup, and so I'm trying to make sure that I have everything that I need. I think we're good. Oh. Hi, game. You're very loud. Move that mic just a smidge so I can stop hitting it. Good job, Tad! I'm so proud of you. Hopefully you've had a moment to rest and relax. I'm super impressed too. What are you doing, Mama? Is still at work. When are you officially done? I know you said you had to like close, which is gross. That's gross. 7? Wait, Andrew, you're at work too? Or are you also just impressed? What is happening right now? Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And we'll pop open the live scene. Oh, hello, music. Turn you down just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I remember you mentioning that. Which
Paradise Killer.
Wowee. Which makes sense. But yikes, at least you don't have to work too terribly late. Also, I hope that your closer feels better soon. Shit going on is scary, yo. Oh my goodness. Good, 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 good. I'm glad they're feeling better and that no one else in the household got it. I'm trying to remember what we were doing last. I think we got all the stuff that we needed. There we go. Sweet. So yeah, we're back with more Paradise Killer. We are not killing anyone. Yet. But I think we're gonna... I don't even know where to start, honestly. We ended up doing like a lot of investigating yesterday. And honestly, all of the stuff that we got didn't really... It sort of incriminated everyone. It is not narrowed down any of our any of our possible theories. I'm still going with the whole, like, it's a Murder on the Orient sort of dealio where everyone was involved in the murder of the council, because, I mean, who doesn't want to bring down awful, stupid governments? Hold on a second. My pop filter's being all weird, and, like, no matter where I put it, it's just in the way. Like, that's probably the best place for it. So I can... Nope, now it covers up chat. That's good enough. So yeah, I don't know who we're accusing tonight. We'll see. Have you asked the person you just asked about what you just asked about? For real though. For real though. And it's like, I get it if they don't have any information, but like, yes, of course I've already talked to that person. Why do you think I'm here now? I digress. Yeah. Anyway. Hey guys, how's everyone doing tonight? Aside from being at work or whatever. This is all information we already know. Just bleed all over the thing. Sleepy? I feel that though. Blood Dancer carving. The carving about the god Blood Dancer. Gifted technology to many races. Astral engineer without equal. Thinks nothing of ethics and used much of her technology to perform genocides across entire planets. Blood Dancer, why? But yeah, I feel that whole sleepy thing. Honestly, I don't know what I did last night or yesterday or whatever, but I like woke up this morning and my arm, like my whole shoulder, my whole left shoulder is just in pain. And it's not fun. Wouldn't recommend. Anything cool in there? It's a blood crystal that I want. I also want to get up here to talk to Shinji. Tell it to stop. I've tried all day. I've been yelling at it. I've been icing it slightly and putting some heat on it, and then trying to stretch it without overstretching. Just keep it moving. It happens sometimes. I think it's because Salami has been sleeping with me again at night, which is super fantastic. Also, the 8th island sequence was removed from history. Alright. But yeah, Lami has been sleeping with me again, which is dope, but she also just wants to be in my face all the time. And that doesn't work when I'm a side sleeper. She just wants to be in my face. So I think I might have just like put my arm in a weird position while she attempted to snuggle me. Cat problems. Am I right? Is that a Planet of the Apes reference? Probably. You been switching out the skins on Starlight?
Got it.
What business is it of yours? Chill. I'm just looking out for fellow generation remixers. Can't just have the standard thing these days. Gotta make it yours. Sticker this, custom wallpaper that. Shows you personality or something. I don't know. I'm feeling attacked by this. Is there anything else up here while we're here? No. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that rotates it. Okay. Yeah, I know love dies. I understand that I can possibly pick something up with it. Okay, so the far left rotates. Oh, okay. So I guess counterclockwise, clockwise. That just moves the hook out, which we for sure need if we want to grab that thing. I assume we're trying to grab that thing. LD, I don't need you telling me constantly. Can I just... Okay, that did nothing. Yes, yes, I know I can maybe pick something up with the crane. I am aware. What does this do? Sign says swipe crane system card to open barrier. Barrier. Ew. Maybe wolves did it.
What the hell?
The council murder? Yeah, wolves are crazy. They tear all sorts of stuff up. I think there was a pink thing on the boat. We'll go back and grab that in just a second then. A pack of wild wolves broke into the council building, bypassed all the holy seals, and tore the council apart. I can hear the sarcasm in your voice. I don't like it. I'm trying to help. Expand your thinking. Don't limit yourself.
The investigator is here.
Don't limit myself to actual reality and things that could plausibly happen in it. Wolves don't even exist on this island. Fine, throw it back in my face. Oh. But can we get it? Or is this what we're attempting to get? That might be what we're trying to, like, if we pick up the yellow things, we might be able to get the little pink thing, mayhaps? Maybe that's why you need the guard. For sure. Trying to think what else, because there wasn't anything else in there. I don't think. Crouch. Oh my gosh, I keep trying to hit control and it's C. I also keep hearing something like coming from the roof. Or no, it wasn't here. Where was it? So I think we've got the settings right on the crane to pick up the yellow boxes as soon as we get the card. It's just a matter of finding the card then. Is there anything in this building?
Blood crystals obtained.
Cool. Blood crystals are neat and all, but like... Right, we do still need to go visit Crimson, because she's got more information. Green system card! Yay! We still have a lot of people we actually have to go talk to. When I say we've spoken to a lot of people, we've only spoken to a fraction of the people that we can talk to. Okay, let's do that. Are you gonna move, boat? Yes! Thank you. The boat has moved into the dock. I wonder if there's anything in all this cargo. There is, we've seen it. Oh no, I only have to go halfway. Okay. Sure. Okay, no, I get it. I get it. No, we understand. Was it... This one was the fast one, right? Not quite.
Sure.
I think that's the one that goes down, though, so we might... Okay.
Got it.
No, LD, you don't actually got it, but that's okay. There we go. Good deal. That moved the crates. Yeah, it did.
What the hell?
What's a space helmet doing here? Looks like it's been dumped, or hidden. Dumping and hiding are separated by a thin
That's
line.
strange.
It smells of Lydia's perfume. Lemon and raspberry. Why has she been wearing a space helmet? Lydia, no. We need a space helmet to help get through the second seal.
Like this.
Lydia. Yeah, I'm not a fan either. Okay. So I think that's everything that we have to do here. What's up there, though? I don't remember going up there. Ugh, still making myself sick by turning too fast. Ugh.
On travel unlocked.
Okay.
Storage in the tank.
But what's up here? I unlocked it. Island Sequence 7. 7th Island Sequence, the citizens revolt against us. Grand Marshal Akiko 14 subjugates them. It's a bloody time. A time of shame and sorrow. Is this why we don't talk about number 8? I do need more blood crystals. This is facts. I can hear one. There it is. But I'm hitting the button. There we go. I think we needed... Did we need 3 for Crimson? Oop. Saw a pyramid over here. I keep saying we need more and then I keep spending them on these little tablets. But I feel like they're important. A carving about the god Dire Rose. The fish that vomits skeletons. Laid siege to France for 3 centuries before the siege was broken in the Great Betrayal. Okay. Cool. Oh, there's Doom Jazz. Or Sweet Sweet Boy. I guess, who all do we need to talk to? Obviously, we gotta re-talk to Lydia. Crimson. We still haven't actually officially talked to Akiko or Witness or Carmelina. So we should probably talk to all of them before going back, before revisiting people. Cool. Well, I'm glad I'm glad we are on the same line of thinking there. And that's where we just came from, so I don't need to break my way into there. So I guess who's closest? Witness. It's only 202 meters. Carmelina's closest. She's 125. And I don't think we've explored that much of this side of the island. I was legit just about to try and jump that, and that would have been great. Cool. I did see a marshal up here. What's this? The god dying from sadness is a sentient rock that drifted to Earth in the cosmic wake of the other gods. Renowned despair philosopher. It me. Yeah, no fall damage. It's dope. It's great. Vile Embrace journeyed across the stars to find new races to vivisect. A carnal god whose followers engage in extreme sex. Well, vivisection and sex shouldn't go together. Just saying. Not here to judge, though. Leader Montserrat, may the silent goat always walk with you. The last time I saw Montserrat was when I was exiled 3 million days ago. Oh, hi. The crime you committed is severe. Your actions could have ended the Syndicate. You let yourself be deceived by damned harmony. The god used you to enact a plot against us, threatening our holy mission and endangering the rest of the holy cosmic pantheon. I cannot believe you of all people let this happen. It breaks my heart. You served us so well and for so long. Do you have anything to say? I don't think anything I say will matter. You're unrepentant? Just realistic. You're not too interested in the circumstances so long as you get your theatrics. You were the head of the Paradise Psycho Unit. You were supposed to protect us against these dangers. You failed us. Your sentence is exile. You will be sent to the Idle Lands for the rest of your eternal life. The Paradise Psycho Unit will be disbanded. Goodbye, Lady Love Dies. We will never meet again. Well, that doesn't sound too bad.
Halt! What do you want, freak?
What? Can we not call me a freak, please? To see Carmelina. Is she expecting you?
Don't test me.
I'd hope so. She should know the investigator is on the island. Grand Marshal Akiko 14 already has a suspect in custody. The crime is solved. Let's not do this. Just take me to see Carmelina. Whatever, freak.
She waits in the throne.
Oh, excuse you. You're voice acting it for yourself. Also, yeah, everyone keeps calling me a freak. And I'm uncertain if that has to do with the fact that we're the only investigator that exists, or if it's because we made a deal with a demon. I don't know. Also, she's got a pupper with leopard spots.
The investigator is here.
Architect Carmelina. Carmelina Silence, architect of the island sequences. Her bones are of questionable integrity. I feel like that's the case for a lot of these characters. It's that whole immortality business. They do what they want, how they want. They don't need bones. Born to Romeo and Natasha Silence on the 4th island sequence under the sign of Blood Dancer. Judgmental pupper, for real. Her parents were skilled island architects and taught her how to weave psychic will into structure. Carmelina has since become a genius architect and will soon achieve the perfect island. Romeo Silence was seduced by the god Cosmic Deceit and committed treason against the Syndicate. As part of his punishment, no member of the Silence family would ever be allowed on the council. Her mother was killed fighting to protect the council during the demonic invasion on the 9th island sequence.
Investigation 3.
Exile wasn't permanent for the investigation freak, or her little computer.
Sure.
If the Syndicate needs me, I answer.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
This is the worst crime in our history. Leader Montserrat and the entire council have been taken from us. Losing Montserrat to an act of savagery is a loss all of us in the Syndicate will struggle to overcome. It worked out okay for you. You got the throne.
Nonsense.
A temporary measure ordered by your new master. A new council will be assembled on the next island.
That's weird.
Why did Judge choose you to assume the role of leader?
Craft is its own reward.
Temporary leader. Don't forget
We have
that.
achieved perfection.
The law still stands. I am a servant, not a leader. The sins of my father still bind
I
me.
don't like this.
That's what I don't get. Your father's punishment still stands. You shouldn't be on the throne.
We have achieved perfection.
You're out of the loop. The next island will be perfect, and I'm the architect. I will see us to the new island and then step aside. Any guarantee of that?
This is nonsense.
Law is law. The leader cannot overturn it without unanimous council backing. The marshals work for the council, not the leader. They will ensure the law is carried out.
Craft is its own reward.
I am an artist, a craftswoman. I have no desire to manage and administrate. These concrete halls are vessels for bureaucracy, not art.
What?
Oh, I hope you can close this incident quickly. This island wants to die. Perfect 25 is coming. The murderer is in custody.
Paradise feels...
Alleged murderer.
Now, do your job.
Do not ignore the evidence to find a truth that isn't there. I'm here to hunt the truths that haunt this island, no matter which truth you may cling to.
Believe what you want.
Believe what
Can
you
I help
want.
you with anything?
Investigator, can I help you with anything? Yes, you can. Woof.
Crime cannot hide.
Can you think of anyone that would want to strike against the council?
Do your job.
Asking such a thing is dreadful, investigator. The prime suspect is behind bars and needs to be executed.
This is nonsense.
Stop being a jerk. That would help, right? First and foremost, all of us are loyal members of the syndicate. I can't think of anyone that would commit a crime like this.
Don't test me.
What about yourself? What would you have any reasons to commit murder?
How dare you?
Absolutely not. How dare you,
Don't
investigator?
test me.
Is there anyone that can think of a reason for you?
Beg your
I'm
pardon?
beginning to think Judge made a mistake bringing you back. Girl, I'm just doing my job. Be salty all you want. Architect, what do you know about the crime last night? Only what we were told by the Grand Marshal in the crisis meeting.
Do your job.
Henry broke free and murdered the council. Why would a citizen have enough motive and the ability to kill the council, breaching all Why would a citizen have enough motive and the ability to kill the council, breaching all of the holy seals? That feels oddly worded to me, but
What?
whatever. As much as I'm disliking Carmelina, I do like her cute little bag with, like, her protractor and her sketchbooks and all that stuff. That's cute. We need to also free this puppy from her. But, that's just me. That's all for me to question. I'm surprised there's any question at all.
Sure.
So you believe he did it?
Do your job.
Of course, and so should you. You're a disgrace. Finish this quickly and maybe the next council will look favorably on you. Hate the person, love the style, for real. Facts, though. Let's see. Let's interrogate. Do you feel you aren't being rewarded for your hard work, architect? What do you mean by that?
Got it.
I've heard that there's a suspicion that you feel aggrieved by all your hard work building the islands not being rewarded with a seat on the council.
Craft is its own reward.
I do not require a reward for my craft. Craft is its own
It
reward.
is cowardly to
Are
insinuate
you trying to build a motive for me?
I was born to
That's my
investigate.
job. You're going down the wrong path. Titles and power aren't my desire. What can you tell me about your self-imposed isolation 25 years
Do
ago?
your job.
I have no idea why something I did 25 years ago is of any concern of yours.
That's strange.
What were you doing? You said it was for a project, but no one's ever seen what came of it. What I choose to do is nothing you need to concern yourself with. Except it is. Except it is. Let me repeat for you, Miss Carmelina. This is my job. Anywho.
Where?
Let's get her alibi. Where were you last
Craft
night?
is its own reward.
Visiting witness? His role is to oversee the end of an island. The last moments are best enjoyed with an old friend. Do you often visit witness? Not in recent times. Our paths diverged.
That's strange.
Then why last night? For so long he has been integral to my art. Every island has failed, and he has borne witness to the end of each one. This may be the last time an island ends. If Island 25 is perfect, there will be no more endings
We have
to watch.
achieved perfection.
I wanted to say goodbye to old
The
art.
investigator is here.
What time did you arrive? About 9 p.m. The logs on his apartment should be able to confirm that.
Sure.
I'll make sure I check them.
Investigate.
I'll save you a question as well. I left when Judge summoned us for a crisis meeting sometime after midnight. I don't feel like it's Carmelina or Witness. Granted, we haven't spoken to Witness yet, but I still hate her. And I wouldn't hate it if she was the if she was the one who did it. Anyway. Did you see Yuri last night?
How dare you?
He is my secretary investigator. It would be strange were I not to see him. So that was before you went to Witness's apartment? Yes, we concluded our business for the day, and he left to deal with the fairy woman from the celebratory gardens. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? It's a mystery. I do hope nothing bad has happened to him. We always enjoyed talking. He's dead. He is dead. When did you last see him? A couple of weeks ago. My schedule became hectic as we closed down the island. Mad Celeste vibes, right? Well, it doesn't help that she's got a French accent, and that's very much how I'm kind of playing it on, but that's... Yes. Now the real question is she also a terrible liar? Did you see Crimson last night?
Craft is its own reward.
I didn't see Miss Acid last night. She was probably in her little den. Go and speak to her. Did you see the doctor last
We
night?
have achieved perfection.
I didn't. At the crisis meeting, he said he was in his clinic. Did you see Lydia and Sam last night? You need to speak to Yuri, investigator. He was Lydia's handler last night. Why was that noted? We knew that. What do you know about the escape last night? You should speak to the Grand Marshal investigator. She was there and has a report waiting for you. Do you know anything about the murder of the Marshal guards outside of the council building? Losing fine marshals to a killer like that is a tragedy. Unfortunately, I don't have any further insight for you, investigator. What do you know about the Second Holy Seal? It's one of the big mysteries, isn't it, investigator? You're the architect and you don't know. Security. It's the only bit of the island I don't
Craft
design.
is its own reward.
It is better for the council to design their security and keep the secret to themselves. Man, I'm also at the point where it's like, I only want to hang out with people I like. But we've gotten some good information from some of the people that we've hung out with. Oh my god, her earrings are protractors. Sorry. Precious. We'll come back. Go with what you feel. Yeah, I mean, obviously. I think we'll hold off on hanging out with Carmelina and Yuri. Because I think thus far, those are the only two that I'm just, like, super put off by. But we'll... Yeah, we'll hold off on hanging out with all of them for the time being. We'll probably do it at some point, but... because that also seems to, like, warm the characters up to us a bit, and I feel like we might need to get on Yuri's good side at some point to get more information out of him. But that's just what that's what I feel. What's up with the birds on this island?
Feels wrong.
The island's waiting to die. Our reality is broken. And that makes the birds fly backwards? That's messed up. Can't say I'm a fan.
That's weird.
A fan of what? This whole pocket of reality you've got going
I
on.
have a bad feeling about
Thanks
this.
for your inputs. Always a pleasure. Do the birds fly backwards? I haven't noticed. I don't even see any birds, so, I mean, there are these butterflies, but they are flying in the proper directions. Shinji, are you high? Birds are alive. It's true, though. Facts, though. Oh, hey. Oh, right, we have the, yeah, no, we'll come back to that in just a second. We've got, sorry, words are just, like, completely escaped me there for a hot second. We've got the upgrades for Starlight. But I don't think... I think we can open up at least one of the doors that we saw earlier. We still need to get the pyramids upgrade, if I'm remembering properly. Again, there are times where it's like there is so much information. Trying to keep track of all of it is rough. At some point we will actually go through and read all of this. It's pretty much just the information that we've gathered. But I feel like before we take everything to trial, we'll definitely need to, like, revisit all of this. Because, my goodness, have we learned a lot. Oh, that's cool, though. So we've got... So obviously we've got our list of suspects here in the crimes. I only just realized that... It lets you know, like, who has the most evidence stacked up against them. That's neat. That's a very nice way to organize all that. Or, like, who has, information on things. Cool. I, like, haven't really looked at that particular menu, because I've just been wanting to get the information. We'll go through and organize all of it later. Library vault records. This terminal shows the records of who accessed the library vault. The vault includes rare or forbidden books, mostly from before the Great Betrayal and are prehistory or from dreadful cultures on terrifying planets. The most dangerous books in here are grimoires on demonology. The harrowing tome, Dressed in Red, is a particularly dangerous and forbidden text. According to the records, a number of people accessed the vault over the course of the island, but the name that stands out is Yuri Knight. What was he doing in the vault? He accessed it several times, mostly about 10 years ago. Was that when... I mean, we know for a fact he made a deal with, what was that demon's name? Midnight Blue or something like that? Like, that's a given. The Verses of Crying Grudge. A handwritten book about Crying Grudge. The god was captured by the Persian army during the Great Betrayal. The near-dead god was paraded around the country and displayed above the palace in Shushatra? Zero? I don't know. Anyway. The tears of the god fertilized the ground, and the city became a sea of lilies. The syndicate rescued Crying Grudge and burned the city to the ground. The weakened god slumbers in a holy pyramid on each island, slowly regaining his strength. You know, for a group of people who want to awaken these slumbering gods, which is very, very Lovecraftian. Let's just acknowledge that first and foremost. They sure get real pissy when we go and make deals with these gods that they're trying to wake up. Seems a little hypocritical, if you ask me, but hey. Chronicle of Silent Goat. A tome detailing the first god to speak to us, Silent Goat. Known as the Holy Catalyst or the First. During the Great Betrayal, he was captured outside Mahoda Ending in India and tortured in the Crystal Caves. He gifted the Syndicate his dying power, allowing us to start the island sequences. Okay. Syndicate Library. All of history recorded, especially the parts struck from the history of the real world. Henry's possession a decade ago is worth looking into. It's not unusual for a citizen to try communing with the gods, but if someone wanted a scapegoat, there are books in here that would help. The restricted vault contains ancient texts, forbidding grimoires, and harrowing cosmic secrets.
The investigator is here.
What do you think the Silent Goat said to them? It's a good question. Probably just threw up some cut or something. I don't know. Some of those forbidden grimoires deal in demonology, performing rituals and summonings. All the good stuff for a curious mind looking to take a break, or looking to break the law. The library records show that Yuri accessed the restricted vault multiple times over the years. None of the dates Yuri accessed the restricted vault stand out, except for a cluster of visits a decade ago. Henry caused the demonic invasion a decade ago by performing an illegal ritual. Did he get that ritual from one of these tomes? Probably. Ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want that. No, we gotta... Oh, I want that too! Oh, there's so many things I want! Give a me! Please? Oh my gosh. Okay. The trick is not falling. My weak attempts. Apparently I can't Skyrim this one. But I want over there. How do I get over there? Oh my gosh. Hip! 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 Good jump noises. Oh, nice. I don't know that this helps me, though. No, it really doesn't. Okay. Damn. What's this? The goddess Blood Dancer. She gifted technology to many races and is an astral engineer without equal. Right, someone just watching LD jump around is gonna be very confused. I feel like if they just... anything she does at this point, they're just gonna be like... Girl, what? Don't worry about it, it's fine. We're just here to, hip our way around. It's fine. Oh, hi. What's this? The gods formed an elite guard retinue with these creatures from Mars. They are fiercely loyal and revered just as much as the gods themselves. What's this?
Scene investigation.
Oh, hi. Vampiric murder report. Confidential report about victims of vampiric attacks. Hey, we can go give that to that ghost on the beach. This is a classified report about vampiric murders on the island.
The investigator is
5
here.
victims killed by what appeared to be a vampire.
Test
The last victim
me.
was found on the beach and was the only one to have any trace of the perpetrator's saliva on
The
them.
truth is revealed.
The perp was ID'd and arrested by the marshals. A citizen.
That's
The cause of vampirism was unknown. Cool, let's go... Where's everything else? Ooh, we got to talk to Sam again, apparently. I guess let's go talk to Witness, and then Carmelina. But while we're doing that, we're gonna go visit our ghost friend. If I can figure out where he is. There. Behind the Syndicate logo. Mm-hmm. There we go. Got those mad jumps. Hardcore parkour, am I right? Hi.
Relic of
Ill-fated pleading letter. A mother pleads for mercy. Her son transgressed. Love between the Syndicate and citizens is expressly forbidden. Yikes. Doesn't that... put a Kiko in a bad position. Are marshals considered citizens? 'Cause they're definitely not syndicate, right? Oh well. Things to contemplate, I guess. What's up here? That's a dope painting. I like it. Ooh. Ghost buddy. I love the Miami Vice meets Lisa Frank vibe, right? It's dope. I am 100% here for it. We explored there already. Ooh, this one we haven't gotten? Glinting Golden Crown. A sacred reward for pyramid envisioning. A citizen was very faithful. Oh. Oh! Did I thought I had picked up 2 of those. No, I saw the second one, but couldn't access it just yet. And of course now I don't remember where that was. Problems. Nope, 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 nope! Fuck. So floaty. We unlocked it. Cool, can you walk through it though? Oh, isn't this where Crimson is? Yeah. A monument to the moon. A sphere of death that is split in two by a great chasm. I can feel the grim silence from the deserted city on the dark side. Yikes. Oh, I vaguely remember this. I'm going the wrong direction now, though.
Those crystals obtained.
Oh well, we got another crystal. Alright, what's making the crickly noise?
I'm glad to be back.
No. I do want to know what the foot bath does, and I'm just not willing to spend the crystals on it right now. Oh, it's above me.
Those crystals obtained.
Crinkle tinkles. Yeah. I mean, Griffin McElroy had it right when he called them the Crinkle Tinkles. Is there a better way to describe it? No. Alright. Let's do this again and not fall?
Ha. Oh,
Wait. Okay, so when they play music, I haven't purchased them. Here in your Crystal Kingdom. There is a lot of crystal here. Is this... is this what the Trace Horny boys were dealing with?
Relic obtained.
I unlocked you, right? Yeah. Okay. This is the crossover we need. Yes. A loyalty card for the Second Heaven convenience store. They pride themselves on their fried chicken. There's only one convenience store on the island. This card says in association with Dead Nebula. And we have been to that convenience store because that's where we got the treats for the pupper. For Beartron.
Unlocked.
No, I don't want to fast travel.
Download in the day.
I just wanted to open the fast travel. Give me the ability to fast travel.
Relic obtained.
Obsequious, there it is. A love letter from a young couple. R says he'll kill the moon with a railgun to prove his love to L. How do you kill a moon? Oh, hi. Oh, hi! Come here, alcohol. Got all those good, premonitions about the next sequence. Time moves differently on the island. I can't decide if I like it. Nor can I. It does things to people. What kind of things? It twists people, distorts their hearts. I think that's happened to me. So do I. That was Steph and Jody line. Come here, alcohol.
Relic obtained.
Oh, woof. She is getting called out. Too bad she's not here. Made in ex-bourbon casks. Has a fruity taste. Best savored in an enveloping fog. Does not look at the other people enjoying the fog. Oh, do not look at the other people enjoying the fog. I think that's like the second or third one that we've gotten where it's like, don't acknowledge other people. Which it's like, yo, you cool? Do you need to talk? Thought I heard the couple tinkles. Oh! I want it. We'll get it later. It's just a faucet. Okay. I need to take a look at the achievements for this game at some point. What the fuck? You cool? Oh, okay, I see, I understand. She's going like... I did not see that at first. I don't know what I saw, but it was terrifying. Will you join us? Join who? Join our group of citizens fighting for more power. That's a noble cause? What kind of power? We're fighting to end the corruption and free the workers of the agri-fields and Deep Factory. Free them? Are they slaves? They're used as pawns in a game of corporate corruption. Spent and used for the benefit of the powerful. We must end it. Are you aware that there are no citizens left on this island? I'm still here. Your existence is more of a technicality at this point. No offense. As I was escorted to the ritual slaughter to end this island and bring in the next, I made a vow that if there was any afterlife, I would continue to fight. I guess that's why I remain. I'm here to deliver our message.
Sure.
And what is that message? I have evidence of the corruption. I took it from the factory. Can I see it? I was at the farm when the marshals dragged me to the slaughter. They ripped the envelope from my hand and tossed it aside. Please, will you find it for me?
I need to investigate
I'm a
this.
big fan of running errands for the metaphysical. Thank you. Remember, the envelope will be somewhere at the farm. Please find it and bring it to me. I have. Took some finding. Oh, okay, we already found it. Thank you. Have you read it? Have you seen the truth? Will you help fight corruption? Your evidence is compelling. I'll join your cause. Really? You will? Oh, it's such a relief. For years we've wanted someone with influence to join us, and finally we have that. I feel like I've achieved my purpose. I can't take this to the next island. I'm already fading from this world. Please, you take it. Why did that demon give it to me anyway? Take it and build a better world.
Those crystals obtained.
Aw, now she can rest. Also, I see that crystal up there and I want it. Oh, hey, Shinji. My boy. What are you doing up there?
Those crystals obtained. Those crystals obtained.
Cool. Yeah, I hear you, bud. I'm coming to talk. Just you wait. I've immediately... There he is. I was gonna say, like, I have immediately forgotten where I saw him. It's over here, though. Nothing. Ooh, I see that, though. Is that just a sequence memorial? How do I get there? There we go. 24th island sequence. How will 24 be remembered? Will this island be perfect? Is this our eternal home? Nope. Joke's on you. 24 was the worst. Shinji, I want to talk to you, buddy, but I don't know how to get to you. Can I get onto that roof? Or that roof? I just want to talk to my bud. Apparently that is too much to ask. Or maybe it isn't. No! Doesn't help that I can still hear him laughing in the background. And while I know it's just like a pre-recorded thing, it feels like he's laughing at me. Which is valid at this point. Also, I saw something on that balcony. Which is a blood crystal. Oh, butts. Ooh. Okay, moving on. If I can't get it done in a couple of tries, then we'll just move on. This game is very good at distracting me, though, if we're being real. Ooh. Yes.
Relic obtained.
Cool, 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 cool.
crystal obtained.
We're at least coming out on top with blood crystals, even with me purchasing drinks all the time. So that's nice. Okay. Alright, Ghosty, I got your evidence of vampires. Standing here praising. Did you find evidence? Yes. I found the evidence when I searched surgery at the Syndicate HQ.
Is revealed.
You were the 5th victim. The murders were covered up. The cause of the vampirism was never found. The killer was caught because of you.
Got
Me?
it.
The killer left a trace of saliva on you. They found him. A citizen. He was arrested. The horror is gone. I can ascend. Take this. A blue demon gave it to me. He could see me.
Blood crystal
Cool.
obtained.
I know that's not their thing, but honestly, Shinji could have just given me all this stuff. But whatever. I think... So I think all these, like, little icons for the Syndicate are all the different nightmare computers that I can hack. I think. Let's go talk to Witness. Kind of pull ourselves back on track somewhat here.
Blood crystal obtained.
Doom, Jazz, and Crimson are still top tier, though. And I don't think that will ever change. Witness!
Blood crystal obtained.
Sorry, I can hear the crinkle tinkles of something. Oh! Incoherent abandoned diary. Fleeting fragments of a citizen's memories of their previous life. Must be hard adjusting to the island. Oh no. Okay. Thought I was stuck for a moment. Miss, there he is. Whoops. Went a little too far. There he is, above us. Such good music. Wait a minute. I've been here. Further up, okay. Can I get up there? Hey, Witness! I need help! Come get me! bro. Not cool. I see Shinji over there, and I think that building is tall enough for me to jump over here, so... Looks like that's what we're doing. I'm getting some more blood crystals while we're at it. Yeah. Wow, alright. I just found a huge stash of them. Here for it. There we go.
Blood crystal obtained.
No, you're not blocking me. That's not how this is working. Shinji, where are you? There you are. Sometimes I just feel defeated, you know?
How?
How do you pick yourself back up? On my planet, there's this musician I like. Creates music that takes me away to another place. That sounds nice. I have a musician like that as well. Uninterested, Love Dies. This conversation is about me. Whatever. I'm gonna smash some bottles or something. That's a mood, though. The smashing bottles. Not this conversation's about me. Boop. Give me just a moment. Yeah, I'm trying to delete that and it won't let me. So if Andrew, you could just get on in there. It's because you're not a mod. I am the ultimate mod, though. How am I? How does that? How do I get that? Back on topic. Witness, my dude. Oh, okay. Well, that's like one reason why I ended up changing the layout of my stream stuff, was so that I could like possibly get rid of some of those comments a little more easily. But that doesn't seem to be working out. There we go. Problem solved. Okay. How the hell do I make this jump? No! Fuck. Come on, man. I see him. He's right there. I just want to get over there. Why is that too much to ask? Okay. This has done nothing for me. Oh, stretch time. Okay, I can do that. Probably, assuming my shoulder decides to, like, function. Good stretch. Is that satisfactory? Take a drink of water on top of it. Yes. Man, I just want to get up there. Well, that's not going to be helpful. Bonus. I mean, staying hydrated is important. I can't argue with that. Alright, witness, you dumb bitch. Why are you so hard to get in contact with? I know that sometimes there's like elevators or like in Doom Jazz's case there was that is this how I get to him? Oh, I'm gonna be so mad. I bet there's an elevator or something that you just can't find, right? I think we found it now. I just wish they like I wish those were a little more readily found? Located? Words. Like, it's cool to know exactly where the person is. Oh, okay, I see. There we go. Yeah, like, it's cool to know exactly where the character is, but I would also like to know, like, where the access point is. If at all possible. Totally get if I'm asking for too much, though. I get it.
Nightmare computer unlocked.
Cool. There are logs of who entered and exited the building last night. Let's see.
Analyzing.
1734, witness enters. 2058, Carmelina arrives and witness buzzes her in. Okay, that tracks with what she said. She said it was around 9 o'clock that she showed up. 2358, the God Justice Marshals arrive and secure the building. Witness and Carmelina exit at 12:18. 3:31, witness returns. These logs are sealed by the Nightmare computer. They can't have been tampered with. Witness and Carmelina have alibis. Cool. Yeah, like I said, that tracks with what Carmelina was telling us, so I guess we can just let it slide. It's easier, like, reposition myself in my chair. I scooted down. I gotta fix that.
Relic of pain.
Oh. Well-loved secateurs? Craftsperson's tools are a thing of beauty. The grip has been worn into the perfect fit for the user's hand over years of use.
Relic of pain.
Polite luxury chocolates obtained. A standard gift given to the host when syndicate members visit each other. I want to be given chocolate. Oh, wow! You are so fancy. I mean, I like what he's got going on up here. I'd chill on this balcony.
Crystal of the tank. Scene investigation.
Crying Grudge. A statue of the prophet Crying Grudge. The god endlessly weeps at the visions of the future he cannot unsee. like a matador meets a luchador, right? I'm here for it. Relics from Persia from before the Great Betrayal. These are early depictions of gods and demons. Silent Goat, the Holy Catalyst. Witness collects and breeds rare plants. Sometimes he gives them as gifts, and then hounds you to take proper care of the most fragile plants on the planet. Sounds like Emmy. Witness's phone. I can take this to the comms tower and verify its location. Well, I don't want to do that. I found Witness's phone in his apartment. Oh, so we're just taking it. If I need to, I can pull some records from that. We should have probably asked him first.
Witness to the end.
Under the gaze of the gods.
Under the gaze of the gods, the so-called investigation freak returns to the island sequences.
Witness to the end.
Witness to the end, overseer of each dying paradise. Born in the Chaos Palace in northern Iran in AD 981 under the sign of destroyed Eden. As a child, Witness was enslaved under the banner of crime grudge and put to work building the perpetually growing Chaos Palace in North Persia. During the Great Betrayal, Witness refused to budge in his devotion, fleeing to hide within the impossible labyrinth of the Chaos Palace. Ezekiel found Witness and urged him to follow him. They became close. Witness was still a young man and Ezekiel older and wiser. Witness looked up to him as a father figure after being taken from his own father at a young age. Witness holds a great deal of responsibility overseeing the end of an island. He ensures every failure is perfect. He collects and breeds rare plants in his penthouse. Good to see you again, Witness. Apologies for Starlight. I do remember you.
Holy masters.
How long has it been since you last did work for our holy masters?
Our gods work in esoteric ways.
Time moves so strangely here. We are grains of sand that drift in the astral wake of the heavenly
The
titans.
gods are displeased.
Especially after last night. The island is ready to end. The time flow is broken. The gods are
The
displeased.
end times are looming.
We are supposed to be their loyal servants, our only purpose to resurrect them. Now we squabble and scheme, our holy work brought to a screeching halt by murder.
The end times are looming.
The end times are looming. So many have strayed from the path. This must be a sign from the gods. Ugh. Well, I don't want to be I don't like either of these options.
I'm
We'll
glad
go
to
Zealous.
be back.
I'm here to do the work of the gods.
Lady Love dies.
Excuse you, buddy. I can see it in you, love dies, the fire of holiness. I live in fear of the rage of the cosmic deities. Maybe you could quell their anger.
That's strange.
What's with the holy proclamations? This isn't your usual style. Far too much has happened in your absence. Truths have become more mutable. Our masters are not being served. The Syndicate has lost its way. Oh. I have not strayed from the
The
path.
gods are displeased.
Too many of us have forgotten what it means to serve our masters. I fear last night was one of our
Our
punishments.
gods work in
Or maybe it was a
esoteric
divine
ways.
reminder. Our gods work in esoteric
This
ways.
island is full of sinners.
Are you here to punish the wicked monster that committed this
The
atrocity?
end times are looming.
The sinner that allowed demons on the island. Will he burn in the fire of justice? How are you feeling about losing your jurisdiction?
What?
The judge has no right. It just proves how far the island has, this island has fallen. A holy man should be allowed to do his holy work.
Investigator.
Now, how can I assist you with your holy work? I don't hate Witness. I just don't know how comfortable I am with the whole, ultra-religious nonsense.
Crime cannot hide.
Do you believe Henry is responsible?
Under the gaze of the
All I can do
gods.
is trust in the gods and have faith that what happened was part of their divine
I have a
will.
bad feeling about this.
But do you believe Henry did
The
it?
gods are watching
It is not
us.
for me to question the gods.
The truth remains
Witness,
obscured.
do you think anyone has a motive for killing the
This
council?
island is full of sinners.
This island is full of sinners. Our holy mission has been left unattended for too long. Any number of the sinners here could have done
The
it.
gods are displeased.
Perhaps it was an act of the gods? Heavenly anger leads to heavenly smiting. Tell me about these sinners. The island crawls with them. They pay lip service to the gods but don't follow our sacred mission.
The end times are looming.
The island sequences have degenerated. They used to be righteous. Now I have
I have
despair.
a bad feeling about this.
What about the accused? Henry is a citizen, not a syndicate member. Citizens are sinners too. They do not pray hard enough. The syndicate do not compel them to pray hard enough.
Blasphemy!
The citizens grow restless, insubordinate. Dissent spreads. This one let demons on the island. Why stop there? That's a good story. Too good. Someone wants to pin this on a citizen and we're too ready to accept it.
Are their gods working
We cannot conceive the esoteric ways the gods work.
Ooh, the
Another easy
investigation
story.
Surely this is a joke.
You're questioning the gods? Higher powers rarely provide the answers we need. Do you have motive for killing the council?
I am still based in the
I am a
glory
humble
of the
servant striving
gods.
to live on the righteous path. Murdering the council is not on that path.
Sure.
Am I taking your word for that?
What?
What reason would I have to kill the council? How does that benefit our holy mission? That's fair. Go rest up, Tad. Thanks for hanging out while you did, though. You had a very, very long day. Go sleep.
Who?
Who determines the
Are
path?
their holy
The
masters?
gods, of course. Did the gods want you to kill the
Of
council?
course not.
Don't be ridiculous.
Why?
Why have you started taking calls in private? Why is this anyone's business? Are you hiding something? Plotting something?
Of course not.
Don't be ridiculous. Okay, but you didn't answer my question, witness.
Where?
Where were you last night?
Investigator.
I spent the night here in my apartment.
Oh,
By yourself? The architect came to visit me, a rare social call. She was with me at the time of the killings. We left when we were summoned to the crisis meeting.
why?
Why did she come to visit you?
What?
It was unusual. She wanted to spend the last minutes of this withering island with me. It has been quite an age since we spent time together socially. Was there anything odd about her
The
behavior?
gods are watching us.
We had a pleasant time. We shared some wine I had been saving and prepared to say goodbye to the
I need to
paradise.
investigate this.
And you two were in each other's company all evening?
Investigator.
I stepped out onto my balcony to take a phone call from Grand Marshal Akiko. It was fleeting. No more than 5 minutes.
What time?
What time was this call? Shortly before Death visited the island. Akiko was reporting the escape of Henry. I'll follow up with the Grand Marshal. Not long after, marshals were stationed outside the elevator to my apartment. Do you have any proof that you were both in your apartment? The nightmare computer at the entrance logs everyone that enters and exits this apartment. You can pull the records from that and check yourself. Already did. Why is yours the only apartment with a logging system? You can't be too careful. I take my privacy seriously. Paranoia. Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Got it.
I checked your building logs. Your story checks
I am
out.
still bathed
Of
in
course
the
it
glory
does.
of
The righteous
gods.
have nothing to hide.
Crime cannot hide.
Tell me about the moment the council died. I know you suffer from psychic death screams.
This island is full of
Doom
sinners.
Jazz can't be trusted with patient confidentiality around you. Yes, every time a person dies, I am assailed by their psychic death scream echoing out into space. Doom Jazz prescribes me medication for it.
Oh,
Did you suffer from death scream trauma when they died? Yes, I was assailed by the psychic death screams of council. I was brought to my knees by the pain. Woof. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? Nothing. He often went for periods of isolation. Sorry, I can't help more, Lady Loved Eyes. Legit, no one has any information on this dude, and that's really starting to bother me. Like, I don't expect anyone to know that he's dead, but, like... Come on. Did you see Yuri last night? He is secretary to the architect. Have you spoken to her? Yes. What do you know about Henry's escape? Only what the Grand Marshal told us. Have you spoken with her? Not yet. Doom just told me that you asked about overcoming Henry's
I am
inhibitors.
still bathed in
The end of an
glory
island
the
is
gods.
endlessly fascinating. A symphony of finales, all hanging in the balance.
This island is full
Having a
of
demonically
sinners.
possessed prisoner is a significant risk. I need to know everything there is to
I
know.
have a bad feeling.
So you
about
weren't trying to
this.
find out how to overcome them to help Henry
I am
escape?
still bathed in
Don't
the
be
glory of the
ridiculous.
gods.
How would that help our holy mission? What do you know about the second holy seal? Nothing, Lady Loved Eyes. It is a mystery to everyone on the island. Did you see the architect last night?
Another sinner.
I don't know what to tell you other than what I've already said. She came to spend the evening with me here. If you want to know what she did before that, you need to ask her. Did you see Crimson last night? I didn't see her, loved eyes. Did you see the doctor last night? The doctor claimed to be in his clinic all night. Did you see Lydia and Sam last night? Speak to Yuri. He is her handler. Do you know anything about the murder of the martial guards outside of the council building? Is this case not open and closed? Do you believe there is more? Have you scoured the council building? I mean, kinda, yeah. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago? Henry is a curse on us all. His possession 10 years ago condemned the island. There's nothing else to know. The dead zone is our reminder of his crime. Want to chat, witness? I must warn you that I am not one for long conversations. The gods are watching us. Do you think they are happy with what they see? Probably not. They are the calm eye of the storm, and we have fallen away from them, swept away in a monsoon of sin. Please, tell me you also devote yourself to the Holy Masters. I am a servant of the gods, but I have a job to do. Everything is secondary to our holy work.
Like this.
The recent bloodbath says otherwise. Please, join me in prayer. He journeyed across the stars. He came to us and gifted so much. He was the first, the holy catalyst. Man's dark age was scorched by the fire of devotion. In the face of sin and heresy, I sing for Silent Goat. He heard us in the crystal caves. He will hear us again. The first, the holy catalyst, Silent Goat. May we always walk with you. He journeyed across the stars. He came to us and gifted so much. He was the first, the holy catalyst. Man's dark age was scorched by the fire of devotion. In the face of sin and heresy, I sing for Silent Goat. He heard us in the crystal caves. He will hear us again. The first, the holy catalyst, Silent Goat. May we always walk with you. You are blessed. Only because I knew I was going to make him happy. May you fly with destroyed Eden, and may you reach the moon. Cool, so that's everything we can get out of Witness for now. We should go talk to not Carmelina, Akiko. Since she has a lot of information that we need to catch up on. Girl, where you is? There you are. Woof, though. I knew it was gonna take a while to, like, figure out what was going on. But, man, do we not know anything. Okay, but how do we get out there? You, Marshall. Help a girl out. Fuck. Oh. The door leads to the barracks. It's a secure tunnel to the desolation cell where Henry is incarcerated. It is coded only to Akiko's blood vial. Okay. Well, you were so flat I couldn't see you. What do you want, freak?
That's it.
What's your deal? Security. After last night, I'm here to man the bridge controls.
What the hell?
Why? These are the only controls. The Grand Marshal is guarding the killer. If he escapes again, which he won't, I'm here to raise the bridge. Good, just in time. Glad Paradise is safe now. Scathing.
Nightmare computer.
And then the curly horns. Boop, boop. You alright? We're just gonna run for a little bit. This is fine. Oh my gosh. Shh, phone. Going buzz buzz. Alright, well this place is terrifying. Let's go ahead and unlock that. And it has been a while, so let's go ahead and save. It's been like an hour and a half and we've done a lot.
Starlight's getting the pain.
Let's see. Alright. Yeah, this place is horrifying. I don't like it. What's over here? Nothing. Hey, Kiko. Oh, there's Henry.
What the hell?
Pardon? I'm calling you something unspeakable in my native
Oh,
language.
I'm glad to be back.
Good to see you again, Akiko. Grand Marshal Akiko 14. Born in Mihai, Romania in AD 998-1 under the sign of New Night. The Grand Marshal recruits, trains, and leads her marshals in any military activity the Syndicate performs. Akiko was born an orphan in Mihai, Romania during the Reign of the Gods. She was drafted into the army of New Night as Damned Harmony's forces pushed across Eastern Europe. At age 13, she was leading guerrilla operations after excelling at hand-to-hand combat, at hand-to-hand and weapon-based combat. When the Great Betrayal happened, she fled to join the Syndicate. New Night had given her a home and a purpose. She had no intention of forsaking her god. I'll brief you on the murderer. Gonna go sassy. Suspected murderer. We haven't been to trial yet. Everyone gets a fair shake. Which means... Shut the hell up. Henry Division has been incarcerated for a decade. Before his incarceration, he was arrested multiple times for arson, robbery, assault, and attempted celestial rituals. He had been under watch by his school, and served a short jail time for attempting to communicate with the gods in a failed ritual. 1 year later, he succeeded in communicating with the gods. Demons poured in through the psychic pathways he opened. Henry was possessed by a demon and killed his mother in their apartment. We arrested him, but he had already tainted the island. We sealed off the area around his apartment, the concrete sarcophagus over the dead zone. Henry resisted arrest and murdered our chief exorcist, Grace Bloodlines. He's been kept here in the desolation cell full of inhibitors ever since. So how did he escape? I removed him from his cell and took him to the ritual stone. The blood pools in the recesses of the stone and stops the tainted liquid from touching the island. That word that I cannot pronounce because it's a different language that I'm unfamiliar with took his chance when I opened the cell. He pushed me aside, and then he was gone. That was at 23:52.
I don't.
You
like
appear
this.
uninjured. This is Masahiro Heavy Industries Bleeding Edge Shikagawa power armor. The armor wasn't enough to stop a citizen. When you face a demon in battle, you get to comment
The
freak.
investigator is here.
How did Henry get a murder weapon? He took my combat knife. When he escaped in the struggle, he grabbed my knife. Did he attack you? No, he took it and ran.
Eh?
Where did you find him? Outside the council building at 12:03. He was passed out. The demon did its work and left him broken. He had the knife with him. I attempted to secure the crime scene, but was unable to. We are not able to traverse the second holy seal. And wrap this up so we can execute him and go to the next island. Love dies.
Paradise feels wrong.
Our orders are to investigate before we execute him.
I'll kill you!
Don't drag this out. Do your work and let me do mine. Here's my report about last night.
That Labaju.
And a report on the man's history. Dr. Doomjazz left his medical report with me as well. Take it. Doomjazz examined Henry. When we found him, we called the doctor. It's standard practice to get him examined. Speak to Doomjazz if you want to know more.
Goodbye, Nenorochito.
Goodbye.
Oh.
This is Dr. Doomjazz's medical report for Henry. Doomjazz examined him last night after his arrest. Syndicate Health Assessment Document, Citizen version.
Don't test me.
Examination instructions state that citizens should be examined but not administer medication or care beyond what is necessary. Patient's body is strong but fatigued. Shows clear signs of possessions. Scarring, burns, and arcane sigils. Blood work shows no sign of abnormalities or intoxication.
That's weird.
Patient had visible blood around the mouth. Tests show this blood matches several victims of the council members.
Sure.
Further samples confirm that blood was ingested via the mouth and within the stomach of the patient, likely ingested during the attack. Patient appears free from mental illness, but is suffering from amnesia, a common side effect of demonic possession. Patient has no memory of the decade since his possession. Patient doesn't remember anything about the events of tonight. Collapse most likely due to extreme exhaustion from overexertion.
I hate demons.
During the patient's possession 10 years ago, arcane sigils were seared into his flesh by the possessing demon. These symbols were found drawn in blood at the crime scene. Since no exorcism was performed 10 years ago, Henry has been tortured by the demon contained within him. During prior examinations, the patient has complained about the white-hot rage inside of him. The patient's body had the correct dosage of demonic inhibitors. My final assessment is that the demon within the patient managed to overcome the inhibitors at a crucial moment. The patient escaped under the will of the demon with no memory of it having happened.
Got it.
Well, everything checks out. Woof.
Got it.
This is where Henry started from, according to Akiko. She claims he broke free at 23:52 and was found at 12:03. Starlight can crunch the numbers.
That's
The distance and
strange.
times don't match up. He couldn't have broken free, made it to the penthouse, breached all 4 holy seals, killed the council, and have gotten back to the penthouse entrance to be found in time, in the time Akiko claims. Yeah, no shit, I could have told you that.
Henry Division.
Who the fuck are you?
Henry Division.
Henry Division, the prime suspect. A citizen born to Rena Division 27 years ago. Father unknown. Uh-oh. My internet's dropping a little bit. Well, it's okay, we only got 20 minutes left. Hopefully it is not too terrible for you guys. Arrested multiple times by the marshals for assault, robbery, arson, and torture. Imprisoned in the desolation cell after killing his mother during possession 10 years ago. Intellectual and creative, but finds it difficult to apply himself. He struggled through his schoolwork until he became aware of demonology, and suddenly developed an interest in occult mathematics. Yeah, it looks like it's picked back up, so it should be okay now. We'll keep an eye on it, but like I said, we've only got about 20-ish minutes before I was going to end the stream anyway. If it gets too bad, let me know. And we'll probably call it a little early. But if it's not too terrible, we'll continue on.
Who the fuck are you?
Wow, buddy.
I don't.
An investigator
this.
with very little patience.
What fucking ever?
Oh my god,
Fine,
boy.
cannot hide.
We doing this the hard way? Like I have a
The
choice.
investigator is here.
Let's start with your history. You're a citizen born on this island 27 years ago. No one knows who your father is.
I'm shocked.
That's weird as an investigator. You syndicate fucks control this whole island, but you don't know who fucked my mom? No DNA check? No nothing? You've been in and out of the Marshall Detention Center more times than anyone
Crime
else.
is repulsive.
Fighting, robbery, arson, torture, and then finally you got locked up when you were possessed by a demon and killed your mother.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You broke the law and started communicating with the gods.
Crime cannot hide.
An act forbidden because the psychic pathways opened allow demons, other alien races, to enter our reality and corrupt the island. I grew up without a dad on a synthetic island in a different reality, forced to worship gods that want to rule the world. I needed something to do. And some fuck started giving me books on demonology. Said I was a gifted astral communicator or some shit. It was Yuri. Yuri started giving him books.
Ooh, the
You don't know who it
investigator.
was?
Are you fucking
deaf?
kidding me?
Sounds like I need to look into
My
this.
mind is like a
Sounds like I need to look into this. Oh my god. I like him. I'm gonna need a drink after this. I'm going
Crime is
to...
repulsive,
Stop
got
it. You couldn't handle communicating with cosmic beings and a demon possessed you. Cosmic radiation poured out of you, and now we have the dead zone. A demon possessed you, and you killed your mother and Grace Bloodlines, our chief exorcist.
Whatever you fucking say.
I understand this is hard. You're the victim of possession.
Not a
The
fucking
fuck do you understand? I don't even know you. What do you know about
Don't
demons?
test me.
I used to be the head of the Paradise Psycho Unit. My investigations touched on gods and demons. You like him because you're a brat. Facts. I mean, I can't even deny that, but yeah. Used to be. I let a god get into my head. He almost wiped the islands out. I was exiled. Poetic. 2 lawbreakers. What could go wrong?
fucking ever.
Are you gonna, are we going to fucking get down to some actual questioning or what?
Sure.
Before that, tell me about the demon inside
Not
you.
a fucking
I've had 10
thing.
years of this fucking thing writhing around inside me. Glass shards in my bones, blood boiling, flesh on fire. It's been a real fucking party. How does the demon make you act? My body used to be real pretty. Now look at me. I'm a gray husk covered in this demonic shit. My sigils constantly cook my flesh. 10 years of the stench of my own flesh being seared. I'd say it's had a pretty negative impact on my outlook and
I'm
behavior.
shocked, stunned.
Got any fucking questions or what? We are hanging out with him. Just, it's happening. What's your motive for killing the council? Is that a joke, investigator?
Are you fucking
You syndicate
kidding
fucks
me?
drag us citizens from the real world onto your shithole island to treat us like cattle.
Wants to see
We worship your gods while you leech our
Or
psychic
whatever
energy.
you
I hate you.
fucking say.
I hate the syndicate. I hate your council. That's my motive. I don't know about anyone else, especially all you syndicate fucks.
Sure.
What about the demon inside of you?
Spent my entire
I can feel it on the edge of my consciousness all the time. Shadows on the periphery of my vision.
Test me.
Did it make you kill? This demon is pure rage. White, hot, scalding rage has burned my mind for a decade. The demon wants to see this island scorched into nothing. Bro, you're not helping yourself. I'd do anything to placate him. Did you kill the council and martial guards?
Spent my
I don't remember. I've been told I killed him. Maybe I did. My memory is fleeting, like mirages in the desert that disappear when I get close. Do you remember anything about the night? New Night. New Night? The warrior goddess? My mind is like a desert covered in a fog. I can see things coming out of the fog, and sometimes I can walk towards them and latch on. My memory about last night is different. There's nothing there. No fog. No desert. Just an expanse. Except I can see New Night.
Got it.
Did someone say New Night to you last night? No, I don't know. Maybe. I think I saw the goddess. You saw a goddess. Was this before or after you were found by the marshals?
Are you
I don't fucking know,
kidding me?
investigator. Why don't you go and find out instead of making me do your job? This island has lots of statues of the gods. I need to find the statue of New Night. She's the goddess of warriors. The barracks may be a good place to start. Oh, no! Don't exit. Did you see Yuri last night?
Are you
Who the fuck
fucking
is that?
kidding me?
Tell me how you
What a
escaped.
fucking surprise.
You fucking tell me, investigator.
I spend my
I can't
entire
remember.
life adrift.
Can you remember anything before you
The demon
escaped?
wants to see
Agitation,
silence
screams inside me.
scorched into
They woke me
nothing.
up for the first time in years. Screams? There was a burst of them. My whole body felt like it was on fire. I wanted to burst out of this world. It was the council. He also deals with those, psychic death screams? Is that what they were called?
The investigator.
Any
is
idea what
here.
caused
What a
this?
fucking surprise.
It's your fucking job to find out. Did you kill the martial guards outside the council building? Yes. No.
The demon wants to
If you
see
say
its
so.
island scorched
No
into
memory.
nothing.
Are you beginning to get the hint? So much sass. Henry, did you go through the second holy seal? The what? Did you go to a plateau on barely known planet in space to get to the council last
I'm
night?
shocked.
Can you even hear
Stunned.
yourself? What the fuck does any of that mean? No memory. You're beginning to get it. Tell me about how you ended up like this.
Whatever you
What's
fucking
to
say.
tell? A bored kid finds his calling, gets punished
The
for it.
investigator is here.
That calling being illegally communicating with the gods and causing a demonic
Not a
invasion.
fucking thing.
We all need a hobby, and now I'm here. You've got a locked safe in your apartment. Can I get into
Whatever
it?
you fucking
Get
say.
fucked, investigator. Yeah, but can I get into your safe? Is that cool? What do you know about KHX's disappearance? Who the fuck is that? Did you see the architect last night? Who? Yeah, none of these questions are gonna help, but we might as well ask. Did you see Crimson last
Whatever
night?
you fucking
Who the
say.
fuck is that? Did you see the doctor last night? How should I know? Did you see Lydia and Sam last night?
Not a fucking
Who the
thing.
fuck are they? Did you see Witness to the End last night? Oh, I do know about that. Loads. I know so much. My mind is bursting with knowledge about whatever the fuck you're talking
I'm
about.
shocked.
Fuck off.
Stunned.
We're gonna hang out. Let's talk,
The
Henry.
investigator
I need to
is
know more
here.
about you. Tell me about your childhood. Oh, you know, the usual. Enslaved, forced to worship nightmare gods, that kind of thing.
What a fucking
How do you people
surprise.
sleep at night? You abduct us from the real world and use us as cattle. The whole thing is messed up. What?
Sure.
24 islands and we're no closer to our goal. All we've done is churn through citizens and lose each other to murder and demonic invasions. So, why are you here? The cycle will continue one way or another. I'm trying to make it the best I can.
Whatever you
Whatever.
fucking say.
Yes! Relationship increased! We're gonna be best friends! Anyway. Akiko, I'm gonna call you out on your shit right now, because your timing sucks. We still got a little bit of time, so.
Paradise feels.
Do you really believe Henry did this?
wrong.
Every bit of security breached by the
That
citizen?
Labajiu.
This Lavajou isn't a normal citizen. He's possessed by a demon. Of course I believe he did it. He broke free when I was there, and we found him outside of the council building.
That's weird.
You don't have any doubts?
Nenorochito.
Are you stupid? Can you think of anyone that has motive for the crime?
Peshpebune.
Investigator.
That Labajiu.
That man in the cell did it. Don't waste my
Ooh,
time.
The investigator.
You can't
is
think of
here.
anyone else with a motive for killing the council and threatening the entire structure of the syndicate?
Aha.
What do you
I
think?
have a bad feeling about
Is that
it.
a no?
Nenorochito.
Goodbye. Look, Akiko, I get that you don't like me, but let me do my investigation. Have you got a motive, Akiko?
Nenorochito.
Investigator. I don't have a motive. I'm a soldier. Soldiers have honor and live to serve. I'll assume that's a no then. Does your relationship with Captain Voth have anything to do with this?
Sure.
An illicit relationship that got found out would be punishable.
Nenorochito.
I'll kill
Don't
you.
like this.
Careful.
Is this a fact?
You've been asking for the
Oh,
marshals to
true.
be inducted, haven't
I'll
you?
kill you.
It's a reasonable request. We guard this island. But you've been denied. What if there was an incident that prompted the council to reconsider? The crime to end all crimes on the eve of Perfect 25, for example. I admire you. You believe so fully in all sorts of little stories and fantasies. It must be nice being so credulous, undaunted by the
That's
world.
it.
Is that a denial, then? Of course. You were found out. You were going to be punished next island for your relationships with your marshals. That gives you a clear motive. Kill the council to protect
You
yourself.
need to back off.
Got it.
Which means... You are full of shit. You don't know anything. I live by the rules. I'm a woman of honor. We'll see about that. Oh my gosh. I think we can get through her line of questioning and then save and call it a night there. Tell me about your movements last night. I need your alibi.
Che.
Have you read my report? Were you listening to what I told you?
I need to investigate.
It doesn't include
this.
what you did between Henry escaping and being found.
Nenorochito.
I called witness when it happened.
Why?
He oversees the end of an island. He needed to know. And then I ordered my marshals to secure other syndicate members. What about the council?
Soldiers of
My best
honor.
marshals were guarding them. They reported in all clear. But then they were
Do
killed.
you want to die?
Is this a joke to you? Do you want to die by my hand?
Sure.
What did you do next? I went back to the barracks to organize the search for Henry.
That Labajiu.
I found where he had torn the prison bridge bars apart to escape. The man could have been anywhere. The Holy Seal marshals stopped responding. That's when we found Henry outside the council building.
What time?
What time was this? 03. That's precise.
Nenorocito.
Being precise is
The
my job.
investigator is
Can
here.
anyone corroborate this?
Nenorocito.
The word of the Grand Marshal isn't good enough for you? No.
The truth remains
An investigator
obscured.
can't go off your word. Witness will confirm the phone call. My marshals will confirm
Thank
the rest.
you.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Crime cannot
Can
hide.
I see your phone records? My records are classified. You're refusing to give evidence?
Classified.
Classified.
Got it.
Classified. I get it. Do you know where KHX is? No, he's been missing for several
Got
days.
it.
Have you searched for him? What do you think? My marshals conducted a brief search, but we're stretched thin at the end of an island. There are several thousand citizens that need rounding up and taking to the slaughter ritual. Do you have any suspicions about what happened to him? No. If he wants to disappear, then
The
let him.
investigator is here.
Even though a mass murder happened last night? He didn't do it. Henry did. Of course. Does the doc have a motive for killing the council? I don't have anything to say about the doctor. Did you see the doctor last night? I told you. He came to examine Henry after we found the man.
Ah,
That was after the murder. Did you see him before? No, I was busy. Did you know about the back door in Doom Jazz's clinic? He brought the power grid down a few years ago. When it came back online, that computer blew out. He was ordered to get the door fixed, but he never did. How did he bring down the power? The reality folding drive kicks out an unfathomable amount of power, but the grid is fragile. A fine balance is maintained. The doctor tapped into the HQ's grid for some tests he was doing that needed extra juice. There are official channels to go through to get extra power, but he doesn't care. When he gets excited about something, the Syndicate moves too slowly for him. When he fired up his equipment, the HQ's grid went down. When it came back up, a number of systems blew out and caused chaos. Why wasn't he forced to get the computer fixed?
Nenorocito.
He has a lot of visitors and likes the secrecy. That idiot wasn't in any rush. He smooth-talked his way out of it. There's nothing in your report about Henry saying New Night during his escape.
Nenorocito, you're
The
out
babbling
of
of
your
a man
mind.
possessed by a demon. There's only one statue of New Night on the island, correct? Why does it matter?
Paradise feels wrong.
Where is it?
Durfa.
Why do you
I
care?
don't like this.
Just answer the question. The statue's in the barracks. The goddess only gives her attention to
The
soldiers.
investigator is here.
So how could Henry have seen it last night? He couldn't have. The barracks are secure. He's spouting gibberish to confuse you.
When love dies.
I'm just
all
going to
that
ask
remains are
Akiko.
the facts.
Did you take him through the barracks last night?
Nenorocito, you're
Are you out of your mind? You think I helped him escape? Nonsense. Goodbye. If Henry went through the HQ to get to the council building, why didn't he show up on the HQ logs? The nightmare computer at the entrance of to the HQ didn't log Henry entering the HQ. What is this?
When love
The logs
dies.
contradict your reports. What do you want me to say? I don't know how those things work. Maybe there was a malfunction. Maybe he found a way to slip
I have a bad
past.
feeling about this.
Does that seem
Touch.
likely?
Dracului
Stop
din
asking
gură.
me to do your job. When you found Henry, did you see a bloody bottle lying around?
Durfa.
What bottle? There wasn't any bottle. Why are you wasting
Crime
time?
is repulsive.
You saw nothing to suggest the blood in Henry's stomach had been administered artificially. Of course not. Stop dragging this out with stupid theories. Oh my gosh. Did you see Yuri last night? You're making me mad. Who cares what his alibi is? The murderer is in this cage. How did Henry manage to escape? I thought I gave you my report. I must have been dreaming or hallucinating.
I have a bad
Okay, I
feeling
get it.
about this.
How did Henry escape if he was sedated? The man played us. The inhibitors needed to be stronger. The report says that they were the correct
Pull up.
dosage. What if the demon tricked us, though? If the demon could slow Henry's body down, the dosage of inhibitors needed would be lower. The demon maintains this act, and then when the time comes, he drops the pretense and makes his move. Is that likely? As likely as anything. Not that it matters. It is what happened. Why were you on your own when Henry escaped? It was just one stupid prisoner that was supposed to be sedated. Why not take a squad of marshals? Just to be sure.
Nenorocito.
I'll admit hubris. My marshals do not come to the next island with us. They engaged in their final prayers. I wanted them to have one last moment of happiness before being wiped out. Soldiers aren't supposed to know happiness when duty is to be done. Ooh, I've called out. We'll go a little over time because I want to get through all this line of questioning. What can you tell me about the guards at the First Holy Seal? Soldiers of honor, my two most trusted soldiers.
How?
How did Henry get the jump on the two highly ranked marshals?
Nenorochito.
It's easy to judge a mock when you haven't lived through hell. A demon is a vile foe, unpredictable, frenzied, blood-crazed. My marshals will have fought valiantly, but an unknown foe overcame them. Unknown? Demons come from all corners of the heavens. It is impossible to know how each acts or fights. Why haven't the bodies of the marshals been cleared away? Judge ordered me to leave them for you to investigate. I protested. They deserve better than to be poked at by someone playing detective. Can I see your sword?
Rahat.
There'd better be a stunning reason why you're asking. I'm checking a lead about the weapon used to murder the
Do you
marshals.
want to die?
Do not disgrace their memory by chasing
I
wild
have a bad
theories.
feeling about this.
Do
Akiko.
you want to die?
Here. The sword has seen some use. The blade is nicked. A nicked blade is consistent with the neck wounds on the marshals.
Thank you.
Thank you, Akiko. Do you think the knife used to kill the First Holy Seal marshals was the one taken by Henry? It's like I'm talking to myself sometimes. Of course I do. Can you describe it? It's a smooth-bladed combat knife.
Ooh, the
You're positive
investigator
about the
is here.
smoothness of the blade? Yes. It hadn't been used before now. My old knife became damaged during a training exercise recently. Tell me about you and Voth. Captain Voth.
Rahat.
Don't you dare speak about my marshals without proper rank.
Love dies.
You were in a
All that
relationship with him.
That's a lie, Nenorochito.
Relationships between myself and the marshals is expressly forbidden. Doesn't mean it didn't
I'll
happen.
put your head on a spike.
Watch yourself. A lot of murders happened on this island. Would anyone notice some stupid investigator going missing? Yes. I took a blood sample from the dead marshals. They don't match marshal records.
I'll kill you.
What idiocy is this
I
now?
don't like this.
I don't think those dead bodies are marshals. That is total stupidity, investigator.
Got it.
Starlight ran the samples. Are you saying... I'm saying Starlight got it wrong. Your little pocket calculator is wrong. Starlight connects to the Central Syndicate. It's wrong. Why wasn't the maintenance grate checked before the council entered the building? It was, several days ago. It's since been tampered with and your marshals didn't catch it. It's a security breach on your watch. I'll look into it. A little late now. Why didn't you let Doomjazz examine the dead bodies of the marshal guards? There was no need. They had been carved up by the monster, who, as I keep saying, is in custody. Surely even the investigation freak can see it's an open and shut
I don't
case.
like this.
If it was, I wouldn't be here. Yeah, we can keep going. Did you see the architect last night?
Nenorochito, you're
You should
out
ask
of
her.
your
I'm
mind.
not your babysitter. Did you see Crimson last night?
Nenorochito.
I don't know if you realize this, but I had my hands full last night. I don't know where Crimson was. Go ask her. Did you see Lydia and Sam last night?
Chedraku.
I had my hands full last night. I wasn't keeping tabs on the happy couple. Did you see Witness to the End last night? He was at his apartment. My marshal secured him when Henry escaped. Go and ask him about it. What do you know about the Second Holy Seal? I know the man in the cell got through it and killed the council.
Rahat.
I also know you're wasting time and not executing him. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago?
Draculuidingura.
What do you want? I told you about his possession. Why wasn't he executed when he was arrested? He posed a threat to the island. Are you stupid? The demon wouldn't die with him. The demon would escape onto the island.
Investigator is here.
So why execute him at the end of the island? Why not let him blink out of existence with the old island? That's the way it is. Criminals get theirs. He's a victim. He didn't want the demon to possess him. What do you know? You sure you didn't invite the demon in? You got deceived by a god. Don't forget that. Yikes, lady. May your night be bright, and may you reach the moon. She's just all sorts of aggressive about me literally doing my job. Everyone is so damn aggressive about me doing my literal job. Anyway, we'll call it
Game
there.
saved.
Yeah, I'll probably do some short games on Wednesday. Maybe some more Dread X collection stuff. And then Friday is gonna be wacky because I have an exam at 6:30, which I usually don't. So we might just start streaming around 8 o'clock. Maybe pick up some more with this game. I don't know, but we'll definitely play more of this this next weekend because I love it. I love this game. Simple as that. It's very, very good, and I'm really, really enjoying it. But yeah, we'll call it there. I'm gonna go get some dinner and eat some food because food is important. But thanks for hanging.